Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a reading for September 12th, 2019. It's a reading for the collective, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you like what you hear and what you see, please hit like, share, and leave me a comment to see how this plays out in your lives. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, what do we need to know for September 12th, 2019? Spirit, what do we need to know for September 12th, 2019? Thank you, Spirit, for your messages. The Eight of Swords. I love when that happens. The cards just want to speak, and the Emperor have popped out. All right. So then we have the Star card. Very nice. I love this. And we have the Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay, so I am using the After Tarot, and as some of you may already know, the After Tarot shows us what would happen in the normal Rider-Waite deck, but a few seconds to a minute after what we're used to seeing. So it's pretty cool. It's actually up there on one of my, favorite decks right now. It gives me so much insight as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The overall energy, wow, is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is all about, normally, this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, and it's all about somebody who's missing a blessing because they're focused on the things that they don't have. With this card, he's actually taken the blessing that was being offered him and offered it to him, and he's wasted it. He's sort of just like, and cups signify love. Also, because of all of this running water, I get that this could be a very, very sad event for you, but it's something that either you consciously decided not to follow up on, not to take. And I get that underneath that, oh, this is so crazy, we have the Ace of Cups. So it was some sort of love. It could be some sort of relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could also be something having to do with self-love. It could have been a romantic gesture that you rejected. But I get that, it does create some sort of sadness here because we do have this cup running out. And again, it could very well be the end of any sort of love relationship. Okay, and again, that could be, something that you're also really emotionally attached to. So if this resonates with you in a work sense, maybe it was like, you were offered your dream job, but you had to turn it down because you knew it was sort of for the greater good of your family, or I don't know, something along those lines. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. I've got two major arcana cards, so it's pretty, it's something pretty heavy here, okay? But the first card out here is the Eight of Swords. Normally the Eight of Swords, this woman is alone, and it would all be about like anxiety, fear, negative self-talk. But in this case, she's been kidnapped, and after, she's been kidnapped, she's been taken somewhere. She's tied up, she's blindfolded, and she's been enclosed in this sort of fence of swords. It could also be like emotional kidnapping or hijacking. It could be somebody who has just surrounded you with, psychological warfare as well. And in this tarot deck, it's pretty awesome because somebody has come to her rescue, and somebody has, come to cut the ties, and free her and show her that there is a way out here, which is really, really beautiful. Sorry guys, I'm getting, I have one of my ears completely clogged. It's so crazy. So anyway, I apologize. So anyway, so this card in the reverse, I'm getting that, either that you're rejecting somebody's help. Okay, that somebody was like trying to show you, somebody either sent you a communication or somebody was trying to show you a way out of a situation and you were rejecting it. Now, it could also be like rejecting this blessing, okay, because, it maybe somebody said, hey, you're in a financial bind, I've got a job opportunity for you that would really help you, that would get you out of it. and you said, you know what, I don't need to be rescued, I can do it on my own. And you rejected this blessing for some reason or the other, and we'll get into the reading and we'll see why. The Emperor card is coming out. This is Aries, and I love this because, he's sitting on his throne, and now he has this ram who has come and sat down right next to him. And he's stepping into his power. He's authority. He has the ability to, to give, to take life as well. He has that corporal punishment sort of feeling about him. And he's a very amazing ruler. He's Aries, but he is somebody you don't want to cross. And so I'm getting that this this Emperor card in reverse, this is really like somebody has been dethroned. And I don't think this is you. I feel like rejecting this blessing has dethroned this Emperor. Rejecting this help has dethroned this Emperor. Now, it could be you if you are feeling particularly defeated, or you're feeling like you just can't, maybe you were the head of a household and like you can't make ends meet right now. I mean, it's very possible, you guys, but I'm getting that these deliberate acts, these deliberate rejections were because you wanted to dethrone someone or something or some idea. I mean, maybe you felt like, maybe you feel like everybody else thinks these are blessings. Everybody else sees this as help, but you don't. You see it as something that is going to further, enslave you or put you in debt, to somebody or something. And so I think you had to do it because sometimes people offer us help and it comes from the greatest good, and I think most people do. But other people offer you help in a way to control you, okay? And so no matter what, like if they give you money, if they're always like helping you, quote unquote, and then they throw it back in your face, that's like it's a form of control, and it's a form of psychological welfare. And I'm getting that you're not accepting it on purpose. You're not accepting it on purpose because you need to somehow break free of this Emperor energy, okay? And whether it's parental control, parents do it to their children as well. But, partners do it, one partner who makes more money than the other one, they do that as well. Or, it could be bosses. It doesn't have to necessarily be a love relationship, although I do feel strongly because there is, we do have the Ace of Cups underneath it. Okay, so maybe it was somebody trying to control you in a love relationship and you had to sort of break it. Okay, so, and with that comes all of this hope and all of this rejuvenation. We have the Star card. Normally she's standing on the ground and it's nighttime. She's somebody who offers the Fool help, hope, rejuvenation, water. He's thirsty from his long journey. Now the Fool has moved on and she's bathing herself in these cleansing waters, and she's still cleansing the earth and doing everything that she needs to nourish herself and the people and the things around her, and she still has this guiding star of hope. And I love that energy, and I love that energy because this is you. I think you had to do something to take care of yourself. And I love this image of the water because we have this cup running over, and this really could be self-love. This really could be the self-love that you're bringing into your life, or that you've decided, or that you've chosen, okay? And that you needed to sort of, this isn't a blessing. Everybody else saw this as a blessing, but you said, you know what? Nah, this isn't good for me. And look, he's dumping this water out, and look, she's dumping out the water as well. So in rejecting that blessing, okay, and rejecting this help and dethroning the sort of power, taking the power away from this person or this thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a thing, something that had power over you, okay, or rejecting the idea. In doing so, you're, twofold. You're doing something here twofold by giving yourself hope, okay, giving yourself a future. You're cleansing yourself, you're freeing yourself, and you're going to be able to share that abundance and these new beautiful ideas with the world around you. And I love that. And the 7 card here, this is a thief card. And this is a thief who's walking away from town. Now, normally somebody who's stealing, he's stealing from somebody, but he is sort of it's my karma card, like he's walking into another trap. But in this reading, I'm getting that this rejuvenation, everything that you're doing, you're taking away the best parts from this situation. This was a difficult situation. I get that it had you sort of stuck in your head. You probably were feeling a bit of like depression and anxiety about doing this, but you just did it. You just, you found that inner strength. You just did it, and you're walking away, and you're taking what's yours, and you're taking your learning experience away from it, because he doesn't look evil here in this card. I don't see him as evil. I see him as walking away. He left what no longer serves him. He's taking what he is, but Spirit does says, do be careful of, I think, the repercussions of this Emperor, this energy, and just be careful, if you haven't planned enough, that just make sure that you don't walk into another trap. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a clarifying cards for the Seven of Swords. Again, the Emperor is our Aries energy, Swords is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So you may have that in your chart, or you may be dealing with that. And the Star is also more Aquarius energy. So Aquarius is really coming through pretty strong in this reading, you guys. All right, so Seven of Swords, Spirit, please tell us why the Seven of Swords is here. Please tell us why the Seven of Swords is here. All right, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, maybe you had to do it for your own financial gain. Maybe you're a mother. Maybe you're doing it for your children. Okay, just for a better life. You're doing it so, you can be more comfortable at home. I mean, she is just brilliant. I just want you to look. I love these gummy bear guys. I know some of you do as well, as much as I do. They're so cute. And look, I think they're like little gummy, I don't know what these are around her, but they're very cute. But anyway, this is all about abundance. This is all about Mother Earth, so just, I get that you're okay. I get Spirit just says, just make sure that you're not walking. Make sure that you look where you're going as you're leaving, because there may be some repercussions from this Emperor or from this sort of situation that you haven't quite seen. So make sure you watch where you're going. Okay, that you don't, that you're not just so focused on, haha, I got away from you, or haha, I rejected you, So make sure that you're looking around, but just make sure also that you're nurturing, you're taking care of your home, your house, your own personal health as well. All right, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So you've definitely, because you've cut off communication here. All right, you've cut off communication. That's what I'm getting. So just be careful, because you may make this person a little bit upset, and I want everyone to be, I don't get that you're not in any imminent danger. I don't get that you're in physical danger or anything like that. But I think, cutting off all sort of communication, not gloating, making sure that you just take care of you, nurture yourself, because, when we have these like great triumphs, especially if there's any sort of like psychological abuse, or any sort of, even if it's just a job, something that was really difficult for you, when we do have these triumphs, once we walk away, I mean, it's like this huge sigh of relief, and we feel so good about it. But, sometimes we have to mourn it too, and it's like, you have to readjust to the new you, or to your new situation. And that's the message that Spirit is giving me. All right, so just be kind to yourself as you readjust to your new, your newfound power as well, and this new hope. All right, and just make sure you don't walk into any traps. Round and Round. I love this card. This is 25. All right, this is another 7 coming out. We also have 2 4s coming out. So Round and Round, this is like what goes around comes around. All right, so again, this is the karma. Karma sort of shows up here when I read this 7 of Swords card as, as somebody who steals. Like they usually they'll have momentary gratification, but, in the end, like whatever they stole will come back to bite them. But I'm not getting that with this. You're not stealing. You're taking the good away from the situation, and you're leaving the bad. And, whatever was going on here, karma's going to catch up to you and this other person. And I'm hoping for you, with all of this hope and this rejuvenation, Spirit is saying to me, the good things will come to you. Okay, if you've been doing everything above board. Peace. I love that. All right. So we have this egg. We have this infinite possibility. We have my trusty favorite little olive branch here and a dove. We also have these hearts and stars falling down all around it. This beautiful green color just goes so well with, with this, all the cards that we've pulled, so you're moving on to a peaceful place. There will be a peaceful resolution to this. All right, I think you found peace within yourself and peace within the fact that you have this infinite possibility awaiting you. Okay, really nice, you guys. Fork in the road, all right? But there is a decision to be made, all right? And Spirit is saying to me, cut off communication, don't look back. All right, so if we look again, I'm just dropping everything. Don't look back. Okay, so this person is looking back, and in doing so, he might fall into another trap. I'm getting that Spirit is saying, don't look back. What's done is done. There is a fork in the road. You have, you have choices to make now. And now that you've walked away from the situation, or you've changed the situation, you can't rest on your laurels either. You can't rest on just your karma. Now you're every day you're generating new karma. So you really have a choice here. And here, I just wanted to pull a clarifier for this fork in the road card, 14, truth be told. Okay, so just be honest with yourself. Be honest with, about the situation. And I'm also getting that be honest about the way you review the situation when we go back in our mind. Sometimes we either choose to see all of the good in a situation or we see all of the bad. So if this was sort of a negative relationship, it would put you in a negative space. Sometimes, we're happy to get out of it, but then all of a sudden we start, things get a little bit difficult, and then all of a sudden we start to feel like, oh, but that person wasn't that bad, and remember when they did this, and remember this, and all the good things. And Spirit doesn't want you looking back at all. Okay, so you have a choice in everything that you do, but Spirit wants you to be really honest about the truth of this situation and objective. Wow. All right, and my ear cleared up. That's so crazy. One of my ears was just totally blocked. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know about this situation for September 12th, 2019? Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. I love that. Okay, we have truth coming out. We have Joan of Arc, who is like incredibly inspired, incredibly strong. I get that rejecting this blessing, rejecting this help, even though you felt like you were kidnapped, you were bound, like you couldn't do anything, but you had to reject this help in order to get away from this Emperor in reverse energy. Spirit saying stand strong. And just what I was saying here, you have a choice. But Spirit says don't look back, stand strong, and focus on your purpose no matter what. And we're all human. We all have moments of weakness, but don't look back. All right, Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. I love that. Diana is really channeling the High Priestess energy here. Deep down within. And again, moments of weakness, we have a way of convincing ourselves of, that we can't do it or we're not strong enough. But, call on this Joan of Arc energy. Okay, just take a look at her. Call on her strength. She was unwavering in her convictions. That's what Spirit wants you to do as well. And then just imagine the best possibilities, the best outcomes. There's so much, for those of you that might believe in law of attraction, there's so much out there on YouTube about the law of attraction and how our thinkings really create our reality, our thoughts, and our feelings. Our feelings are our vibrations, and that creates our reality, okay? So expect the best possible outcome. Try to feel the feelings of rejoice, happiness, optimism, and you reaching your ultimate goals, and that will keep you out of that negative space and out of that past energy that wasn't good for you. So you guys, I love this reading. I'm so proud of you. I love you all. Thank you for listening. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you already haven't, and that wiggly bell so you get my updates whenever I publish something new. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful, and super inspired day.